Halo semuanya, ini adalah video gameplay The Witcher episode 10 yang dimana ini adalah edisi bonus soalnya secara quest gamenya ini udah kelar. Jadi di video ini gue rencananya bakal ngelarin quest expansion ya, dan quest-quest yang nantinya gue bakal pilih secara story-nya ya. Kalau story-nya bagus bakal gue tayangin, tapi kalau yang kurang nanti gue bakal cut aja ya. So siapin cemilan lo dan enjoy. Jadi kita langsung aja ke quest ininya, main quest tapi yang bagian expansionnya. Kayaknya sih ini sih. Tapi ini kayaknya kita ambil aja semuanya. Ini surat langsung ya, cuman dikirimnya lewat poster quest gitu.
We've not got no need for your help.
Have no fear, good man. Our labors shall be done quickly. The prowlers to be banished for good.
Milton, look.
Geralt!
In the flesh.
Hail, Witcher! Let us go inside and greet you as befits an old friend.
And you, fear not. We shall put an end to the rule of outlaws soon.
Dia orang ini tentara kerajaan mana ya? Warnanya kuning-kuning.
Found your message on a notice board.
You see, Palmerin? I told you. The griffin at White Orchard. I knew that were we only to follow the tracks of its slayer, we would in the end find Geralt.
Milton de Peyran and Palmerin de Lawnful. Good to see you both. Been years. Be assured, we share your joy.
You must forgive us, sir.
Oh, ini kenalan lamanya Geralt.
When we pledged to place the village under our protection, the village elder gave us this hut as our lodgings. He swore it is the best hut in the village.
Get involved in some squabble? We discovered that in retreating, the Redanian garrison that left this land still is at the mercy of numerous plagues. A tyranny of bandits, the most onerous among them. These plunderers shall soon descend on this village to collect tribute. Milton and I will dissuade them.
We are both sworn to fight injustice and oppression wherever they rear their heads. The matter does not concern you, of course, but do us the kindness of waiting. Once we have dealt with these marauders, we have a matter we must present to you.
So, plan to go out and meet the bandits when they arrive? Fight them?
Palmerin wishes first to appeal to their sense of decency. But I expect they will be deaf to this.
Yeah, completely. We must afford them a chance to stand down. Many a hardened outlaw has left the path of wrongdoing upon hearing words of admonition. Doesn't happen in these lands. Ever. If they do not heed my reprimand, we at least will know we have done all within our means to evade bloodshed. Fine. Naturally, I'll help when Palmerin's rhetoric falls on deaf ears.
Excellent. Then we've but to wait for the rogues to arrive.
They're coming!
Hear that? Your bandits have arrived.
Let us go out to greet them.
Hark! Contemptible curs!
He mean us?
I, Palmerin de Lawnfall, call upon you to repent. Set your hearts. Do you not see that they are blackened?
Palmerin de Lawnfall.
Regular Punch and Judy here.
To prey upon commoners is no honor. To loot their meager stores, abandon the path of shame, and we will spare you.
What?
Right good jest, that. Had us a laugh. Now, fuck off before we lose our patience and you lose something else.
Nay, wait, Zorg. These lads are a lark. Mayhaps they know some tricks.
Oi, players! Can you toss balls all loopity-like? Or do that thing where one spits fire while the other farts?
Noble Palmerin's giving you a chance. Now I'm gonna give you some advice. Do what he says.
Or what?
Or you'll find yourself fighting knights errant in the pay of the Duchess of Toussaint. And they eat scum like you with their morning porridge.
There's 3 of them. 2 turtled up in armor. We'll come back later.
Some wench sent them. Folk who say we's afeard of wenches and jesters.
Ooh, insulted the Duchess. Not good.
Indeed, we cannot let the affront go unpunished. I swear upon the heron you will pay with your own blood. By the crane, villains, ready your arms.
Don't let him touch his flag! He's ours!
Salah orang lu, boy.
Pathetic.
Armor ini banget, rentan. Sini lu, anjing, 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 anjing. Tamengnya bisa dijebol ternyata. Wush.
Why do they not emerge? It is over. We have banished the scoundrels, lifted oppression's yoke from their lives.
Warned you it'd be like this. Fear you as much as they did the bandits now. Sorry, no fanfares and flowers. You're not in Toussaint.
It is true what folk claim. In the north, no noble deed goes unthwarted. It is time to go home.
And we shall, my friend. Come, Geralt. It's time we delivered our message.
So fess up. What brings you such a long way?
We are to deliver Her Grace the Duchess's message in full, with all due ceremony. For tradition
Is sacred in Toussaint. All right, fine.
Most honorable Geralt, slayer of monsters and all evils nefarious, which prey on the defenseless of this world. Whereas never have you been known to deny help to the innocent, nor leave widows and orphans to fates undeserved. Answer you now our present summons. Free us from the beast which floods our streets with blood, and sows panic in the hearts of rich and poor alike. Come to our aid, Witcher. Thus humbly beseeches you the star-crossed city's most gracious protectress, Her illustrious Highness
Duchess Anna Henrietta. Jadi ini
Shall you answer her call?
permintaan langsung dari Duchess ya.
Anna Henrietta really say all that? Word for word?
Well, in point of fact, she said, bring me the Witcher and dare not spare your horses. Only make certain this time he comes alone. The Ducal Chamberlain added the rest. You know how it
Itu
is.
ternyata yang dia ini,
Yeah.
yang
I
dia
remember.
omongin.
I might add, be it unofficially, that a hefty reward awaits. Yet the specifics you will need to verify with Her Illustrious Highness.
Oke.
Might be the most fervent request that I take a contract ever. And the most polite. And now we've got all that behind us. I want to hear more about this beast. Some kind of monster? Just guessing.
Most assuredly, though no
Sound
one has got a
from
good look at it as
Dutch.
yet. Our only sure witnesses, bodies massacred in a brutal, horrid manner.
Look, some sketches drafted from descriptions given by those who claim they glimpsed the beast. Each quite different.
Duchess ini posisinya udah
Witnesses lie.
tinggi banget ya di
How many
suatu
victims so
kerajaan.
far?
2. When Her Grace learnt of the second, she discharged us immediately to fetch you, promising grants of land and fortunes.
Jadi
in gold
perintahnya
should you
hampir
answer her
mutlak
summons.
gitu loh.
An ill wind blows, Geralt. The beast cannot be tracked. Folks say it wields black magic. Also, both victims were nobly born, and the start of a tourney draws near.
Oke.
I sometimes think back to all the contracts I've ever taken from sovereigns. Can't name hardly any where I came out ahead.
You cannot be thinking to refuse.
No. Just struck by a thought. How the Duchess can sometimes be...
Demanding.
So you accept the contract. Excellent.
We must set off at once. We long wanted this land searching for you. Yet time is of the essence.
Ready to go, soon as you're packed.
Then post haste to Toussaint.
To Toussaint.
Itu Toussaint tuh. Gila mau apa kudanya. Tamengnya banyak banget. Gue cuma di muka doang si kuda. Si Roach.
Toussaint, the land of love and wine.
Exactly how I remembered it.
You will find Beauclair has changed some.
Wih bagusnya.
Walk about when you have the chance. You will see for yourself.
Nah
To me,
ini
place always
expansion
seems
pack
straight out of a
Blood
fairy
and
tale.
Wine ya. Yang
Knights errant, elven palaces.
kemarin tuh yang misi Olgit sama Odim itu ternyata expansion Heart of Stone gitu.
I pledge on the Heron.
Gue nggak tahu kalau yang sebelumnya itu misi expansion. What? Giant kan?
For my lady!
Theo, watch out!
I swore I'd kill a monster!
Oh. Shit. Gue liat. Aduh. Ais, si tameng-tameng PA ini.
big beast. Tackling it single-handed? None too wise.
Neither is love born of wisdom, Witcher. So, Guillaume, out with it. Which fair damsel inspired you to vow to kill that filth?
The most beautiful among them.
If he wishes to guard her name a secret, he need not reveal it.
You I do not know, sir, nor seem you a knight, yet still I am profoundly grateful, nay, indebted to you for your succor. This trophy, sir, is yours.
I'll take the trophy. Why not? Could find someone who'll pay to buy it. Put up a good fight against the giant. Got experience battling monsters?
None. In Tucson, we mostly chase bandits. But I vowed I'd bring my heart's champion the head of a monstrosity, as the famed Gottfried, known as the Giant Killer, did.
You don't mean to hunt the beast, I hope. The matter's best left to Geralt.
Another challenge awaits me. Yet if Geralt is to hunt the beast, he ought to know. It struck again. The river surrendered a corpse. It washed up in the meander by the cockatrice. Damien de la Tour's guardsmen are there already, securing the area.
Securing the area? Better go there now before they trample any tracks, manhandle any evidence.
Set forth, then. I shall ride for the city to inform her gracious magnificence that Geralt has arrived. We'll meet later, near Guillaume's tent at the tourney grounds. I shall take you then to see her grace.
Kepala ya ta dijadiin trofi.
That's it, Roach. Brave kid, Guillaume.
Parmanin oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kin.
Witcher gear. Iya, gue mau ngumpulin ini loh, armor-armornya Witcher.
Hey, try to be more careful.
Can't get used to the way you knights talk, especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
We are knights errant, in the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition. No one here. They must have removed the body already.
Let's look around, make sure they didn't miss anything. Hobnailed boots, multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went. Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Yes, the stench
What?
is fierce.
Got guests. Careful.
I will fell you all! For my name is not...
Dia keras banget kulitnya. Meledak lagi. Kayak siapa itu ya?
For the glory of her grace, I shall make pity of you!
Tapi damage-nya nggak terlalu sih ternyata. Meledaknya kayak landak tuh. Bang, udah bang, nggak usah diuber. Sudahlah.
Blood. Guardsmen pulled these nets out of the water, then cut the mutilated body free.
Biarin aja orang itu senang-senang.
Gonna dive in, make sure they didn't miss anything.
I will fell you all! For my name is not...
Look at the rut. Guardsmen left this site by boat recently, probably to transport the body somewhere. here by the smell of blood. Let's keep looking.
Duh. Jack. Banyak barang ini. Harus diambilin kah? Oh, udah.
Silk kerchief, monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory, clearly. Be nice to know where they took the corpse.
Monogram DLC.
What now?
This isn't the site of the murder. We know that. Current brought the body here. Corpse got caught in the nets. Guardsmen pulled it out, put it in a boat and took it somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
Oh, dari tadi kita lagi ditontonin. Someone watching us.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet, of the day a quartered corpse was pulled from the river.
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed DLC. Mean anything to you?
Delacroix? It cannot be. Was
Delacroix.
it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes, standing by his companions no matter the odds, fighting his foes to the bitter end.
Foes? You have a lot of them?
He did, but I do not see what that has to do
Pertama
with
kita
the beast.
dipanggil sama bandit player. Sekarang
You've struck a raw nerve.
ada kata-kata
Memories
DLC
of a time long past, to which I'd rather not
yang
return
diplesetin
now.
ke Delacroix.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
A knight in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest.
Kita ke penginapan lagi ya. Kuda lo mana?
In fact, I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time.
Ya, kuda dia hilang dong, dia jogging.
Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Anarietta,
Anarietta?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomrin's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive. A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint.
What? We've no lads brave enough? Of course we have. But bravery's not enough against the beast.
Who would go first?
Ours.
By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pate?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac-Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day. But when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited 2 men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac-Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Peyrac-Peyran.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
Must have been early in the morning. Went to check your nets and then...
I stepped out of my hut and saw...
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body ensnared in your crayfish nets. We know this already. What happened then? Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy anything noteworthy? Anything at all?
Not a soul around, just me. As for noteworthy... well...
What did you see? But be warned, if I hear the sky was red again...
I saw a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue blue and popped out. Next to it, a hand rocking upon the water.
Get a good look at the body parts?
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town, fast as my legs would take me, then returned with guardsmen who told me to keep out of their way. They had a hard haul. The parts were so tangled up in my nets, they were forced to cut them.
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Russell's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Linnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Russell's vineyard was auctioned off.
Linnis.
Inconceivable.
It is no
Anak dari yang punya
Baron had
penginapan.
gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The ducal chancellery bought it, in fact. Russell now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Russell he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one throw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have defined that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
Tekstur lang hilangin.
Thanks for the hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah, duty of some sort calls.
Some sort? Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the palace gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
Ada yang tarung.
Damn it, the killer must still be here.
Apa sih lak-lakan nih?
Gotta be.
Shit.
Footprints. Small, bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar.
The heck?
You. saw you at the inn. Why'd you kill these people? Clearly wasn't for their blood. We don't have to fight.
Dia ini kayak Ladies in the Wood gitu ya sih.
You are wrong.
I cannot let you leave.
What? Dia ini sebangsa vampir ya? Si ribut banget anjing. Gila. Pakai sound wave gini. Wah. Oh ini nih.
Black blood. Check out the back of vial.
Anjing. Depan gue nih. Terlalu ini, Bu. Wah. Anjing.
Blood. Back a vial. Killed all these men to get to the body. What was she doing at the table, though? Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought. Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins.
A pouch.
Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast.
Tadi itu tangan udah sih.
Third hand. A spare. Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing. Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though.
Tuh,
Or of their limbs seeming
masih gerak dong
alive
tangannya.
after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something. Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this.
No Bruxa. Berarti bukan Bruxa.
Murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
I shall not grant you leave. Smash it.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Store is done. Go find your parents.
But Sir Palmerin, what about the story of Riddick and the dragon?
A tale's for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Yeah, virtue always wins.
But the Black Knight, he's a villain and he wins.
The cutter of Casteldacia, too.
Moral victory, that's what counts.
Rubbish.
Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you'll soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmar? With only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells dangling from your ass?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher?
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd. No knight will gain any glory from this. Let's go.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Kayak undur-undur.
Got a bad feeling about this. Damn it.
Lepas bel. Oh, dia ini nggak bisa ngeliat ya, tapi cuma bisa denger doang.
We have to help him. Gotta keep it down. Can we tell when the army hears us?
Alas, for Nightling, the beast heaved its foul girth, let loose
Wah,
roar,
gila.
and knocked him to earth. Out came the Witcher in one mighty pound. In fight to the beast, lands confound. Out breathed flame, and thus the Witcher's life was snuffed.
Damn.
All our hopes, alas, had turned to dust. Drink out the ocean and set fire to the wood. For nothing in this struggle can come to any good. What was all in the monsters the victor? Then naught shall have come of Cirila and Vega. A hero struck deep by Selma's red paws, so the witches shall perish in cavernous maws.
Not good.
Wah, anjing.
The fate of the beast has been weighed by the gods. Soon the witcher shall triumph against all odds. The witcher waited till the time was true, then
Oh, gitu.
and spun, struck the monster right through. Like a bow leaves at the love's first spurt.
Armor gua hancur nih.
The Selma, then its foul heart turned.
Oh, itu tuh, Cuk.
God's life, three faint, its razors belly, Selma's eyes wrinkle out, transforms into jelly.
No. Undur dikit nih, undur dulu. Oh shit. Nice.
The Selma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Yeah. I'm not your bro.
Monster's no threat. No need to kill it.
A victor may always show mercy. It is his right. Long live Geralt the Merciful! Pikeman, see to the beast.
Nggak tahu sih gue bener apa salah ya. Tapi kayaknya harusnya gue bunuh sih biar dia nggak nerima penyiksaan lebih lanjut.
Fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later.
Vivian mulu pala dia.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Marahin dulu Duchess.
Your Grace. Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He let the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
Dia ini kayak gajah gitu. Lah.
Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered.
Ada hubungan sama Dandelion kali ini?
The very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace, Witcher.
Greetings. I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and the sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours
Kita
only once you
dikasih
have slain
vineyard
the beast.
Corvo Bianco sama
Generous gesture, Your Grace.
koin.
Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information. How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city, there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in a gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times, knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor, compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the fourth virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
Your Grace, we need to find Milton, immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses! Your Grace!
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward! Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me! Faster, Geralt! Right like the wind!
Sedikit-dikit ada komedi.
Your Grace seems right at home in the saddle.
This way! Through town! Try not to lose your way! Sharp right! Take care!
Good!
Clear a path! Clear the way, I said! Is this part of the game?
Duchess ini masih muda kayaknya ya. Masih berenergik kayaknya.
Just round the corner!
Hurry!
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too?
We've no other option. But time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules. On second thought, through here. I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish. While I nab the phoenix egg.
Golden fish, unicorn horn, phoenix eggs.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around over there, look.
That's unicorn.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it.
What?
The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other Phoenix egg hunters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
Wah, turunnya lewat mana nih? Oh, ini. Pusing banget.
Of the 1290 vintage. I do encourage you to try.
Still waters are deep.
Di sini kan tadi dah.
This is no true unicorn.
Tempelan doang, anjing.
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey, folks. Gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Ngapa nggak pakai delusional?
Damn it.
Oh, gue disuruh nyari treatnya. Apa treat? Nice.
Roach likes carrots. Maybe you want too.
This is an outrage. An outrage, I
Roach
tell.
won't eat
I
bread
know
either,
it's not real,
except if it's stale.
but it's so beautiful.
Okay.
All the same.
Duh, nggak bisa ini. Lari.
What would you say to a delicious, crunchy carrot? Easy. Gardens are huge.
Oh, ternyata ada clue-nya gitu.
You are the famed Geralt of Rivia, are you not?
Golden fish should be easy to spot once I'm under.
What?
Tuh ya.
What a scoundrel.
Tofi. Andy. Candy lagi.
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
Orang ini ganggu
King
banget.
Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavily coursed of trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
A key.
Why, you bombots!
But your eyes.
No, but
If you please, Your Grace.
we do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules.
Pony cake.
Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a crone, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse, with a head of hard cheese.
I begin like a grown hollow with this, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese. What the heck, apaan nih?
Mice and cheese. Palace pantry, maybe?
No, the hare is obliged to hide here in the gardens. Look, if we take
Grown?
hollow it out and fill it with ease, the letters, that is, we get green.
Jadi grown mouse.
But starting with what heads hard cheese. Why, it's greenhouse.
Pretty clever. And it sounds right to me.
There are several greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks, and the key to it looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go.
Grown mouse jadi greenhouse.
Wait here.
Kesel ya. Udah jauh-jauh, ujungnya nggak boleh ikut. Oh my god. Kukunya panjang ya.
What the butch?
What was that?
Kayak tikus tanah kayaknya.
I'm here.
Orang ini bisa ngebling-ngebling gitu.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxa who was dear to me. Now you pursue.
Oh, si Bruxa itu
You've killed 4 innocent
kekasih
people,
dia.
at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
How many nonsense have you got? Many.
Plenty. Even more of the guilty, though. You're next.
I think not. You see, I've something to do still.
More murders?
Just one.
Satu kali lagi pembunuhan.
Not counting yours.
Makhluk apa lagi ini? cepet cuk. What the heck?
You are to stay where you are. Regenerate.
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself.
No, he's my friend.
Orang-orang tiba-tiba datang, tiba-tiba hilang sih. Jebol dah jantungnya boy.
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You all right?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my
Vampire.
friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see.
Regis, kawannya Geralt.
Folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened, it was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
You being here, not some fortunate coincidence, I take it.
Your powers of deduction seem to have waned not one bit. I'm happy. I came here for Detlaf. I fear he's become entangled, landed himself in serious trouble.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Detlaf is, how would you humans put it, more bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one knight since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Detlaf is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
Seem pretty damn sure of that.
I am, because I know him very well. Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
964.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Detlaf, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Huh. Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda, hunting the beast.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once, in the street, had offered Detlaf an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my friend. Vilgefortz melted my body. Detlaf found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Detlaf's trump card is his herd instinct, his tribal propensity. In point of fact,
He prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him immensely.
Gotta find him before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Detlef is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Padahal gue belum kalah. Di sini tuh nggak ada yang ngasih armor gitu. Wish. Dapat armor, cu. Ya.
Good sirs, we must allow the Witcher to ply his trade.
Sir! A letter for you, sir!
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
Here. And thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
My dear friend.
I've been told you're on a jaunt to Toussaint. I do hope you don't overtax yourself during the wine festival. The effects of such exertion at your age can indeed prove most detrimental. I've come upon some information which might be of interest to you. While browsing through a colleague's book collection, I found mention of one Professor Moreau of Beauclair, who conducted research into Witcher mutations. The details I've come to learn are rather vague, and his laboratory's location remains a mystery. Yet his journal should at least provide hints as to both. It is said he was laid to rest with it in his tomb. I enclose a map I found in the tome I happened upon. Though less than completely legible, I trust it will prove useful nonetheless. Should you grow tired of sampling Beauclair's ladies, wines, and other exquisite delicacies, this matter might prove a fruitful diversion. Investigate at your leisure. Your friend, Yennefer.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
Oh.
That's the butcher of Blaviken.
Ada ini surat dari Yennefer.
One false move and you will regret it.
Geralt of Rivia? Sir! Come to me, please! Approach! My eyes were not deceived. Yet so far south. You, sir, of all folk in all your fame.
Mm-hmm. Me, south in all my fame.
Ah, I've heard so much. Why, when Master Dandelion tarried in Beauclair, not a day passed
Master
without him baying out a
Dandelion.
ballad in admiration
Terkenal
of your
banget
deeds.
Dandelion sih.
Yeah, unwelcome little habit of his. But what can I do for you?
Ah, you see, my betrothed, Francois Le Goff, vowed in my honor to bring me the head of the horrid beast they call Gretore.
Couldn't have gotten you a bouquet, some sweets in a bag?
Witcher, sir, you jest. A love most true demands proof through heroic deeds dedicated to the heart's captor. But alas, Francois has been gone a fortnight. Thus I must plead with you to see what's become of him. Could you? Would you?
Okay.
Do my damnedest to get your fiancé back safe and sound. Just, mind telling me where to look for him?
I forget you come from afar and do not know our land. They say Gretore has its lair in the caves at the foot of the Gorgon Hills.
That close to the city? Telling me no bold souls have ventured out to defeat the beast?
Quite the contrary. Plenty have, but none's returned. My concern is well-founded.
I see. All right. High time I set off.
Oke, kita ke Fit as Cold as Ice. Suruh nemuin Francois.
Oh, you scared me half to death, Drifter. What do they call you? What's your crest? Speak!
Name's Geralt. No crest, no motto, no plumed helmet even. I'm a witcher. Francois Le Goff, I presume. Your betrothed sent me. See, you've been gone a while, so you've got her worried.
Well, indeed, for Gretore is a most fearsome beast. I must prepare properly for battle.
By napping outside the cave for a fortnight?
I have tarried a bit, true, but the delay is done. My word I gave, thus the beast shall die.
Wouldn't happen to need any help, would you?
I don't know. After all, I did swear a solemn oath to—
Deposit the beast's head at your beloved's feet. No mention of you killing it all by yourself, though.
All in all, I suppose you're right. We must fight side by side, then. For honor!
Mau kemana sih? Oh, dia larinya ngebut juga.
But I shall be the one to lop off its head.
We gotta kill it first. Strange. No sign of Gretore.
Nggak ada tanda-tanda Gretore.
Filled with children's shoes. Doubt I've ever seen a collection this grotesque. Impressive. You'd think you were in a winter garden. Bones. Small skull. Fontanelle's not completely closed. And in various sundries. About a year, maybe.
Ada suara-suara loh.
Gretore must have taken them from its victims.
Oh, ini.
Something on the other side. Can't hope to get through. Better sword nor sign will cut this. Clear as day now. Spriggan, gotta be. Seems to be off somewhere, probably feeding. Need to
Read the bestiary entry about Geralt. Oh, disuruh baca bestiary ya. Ini kita bakar ya. Boh, tinggi banget berarti. Oh. Holy shit. Duh, anjing. Nice. What? Duh. Mana lu? Tuh anjing. Ini monsternya susah-susah anjing, sumpah.
By my troth, the damned brute was sturdy.
I'm grateful, Witcher. You aided me greatly.
High time you returned to Beauclair, brave knight.
Nay, nay. The head of this beast is a trifle, wholly inadequate to express the love I harbor for my betrothed. The world awaits. To honor her, I shall cut down another, more terrible beast.
Can't say I see it happening, your success. But do what you will, and good luck.
My thanks, Master. To fight at your side was an honor.
Can you believe it?
Laporan dulu.
Good news, you're betrothed.
Is my betrothed no more?
What?
He was just here, just departed. Having made a new vow, this time to fetch me a striped horse from Zerrikania.
Well, at least he chose something he stands to accomplish on his own. Quite the trek, though.
Precisely. I told him I require no more proof. Let us make haste to the temple. He began hemming and hawing, babbling about honor and whatnot. Ugh. Tell me, Master Witcher, are all men swine?
Not all. A few exceptions out there.
Ugh. Perhaps in your distant Rivia. But what care have you for my heart's woes? Your reward, as I vowed. And advice, should you ever find yourself a lady witcher. Be truthful with her to save the world some grief.
Okay.
Another murder by the horrid beast.
Kok ini ada tanda seru ya?
Peyran falls victim to his own cowardice.
Greetings.
A witcher from the School of the Wolf, here in Tucson. Greetings. I'm Lazar Lafargue.
Geralt of Rivia. Seem pretty enthused. Got a job for me?
Rather. Mind you, it's no monster hunt, but I'm sure you'll be interested all the same. I'm an armorer, see, and I've for years sought diagrams for witcher armor of exceptional quality, Grandmaster level.
Heard of them. Never seen any, though. Thought they were lost.
Not quite. For I've been lucky enough to learn that their holders came to Tucson. Alas, they then perished, but I know where. I just need a partner to help me retrieve them.
If you know where to look, why not get them yourself?
No offense, but do I look like a rough-hewn adventurer? Besides, who would serve my clients while I romped about seeking them? No, I rather leave it to someone familiar with such matters. Bring me the diagrams, and from them I'll forge for you whatever you fancy.
All these diagrams somehow wound up in Tucson? How is that even possible?
Armor baru nih.
Tucson was once home to Tiensail, a legendary and now deceased elfin master armorer. Witches from all corners of the world came to him to forge their plate, their mail.
Heard about him. Supposed to have been the best.
And thus he charged a king's ransom for his work. Witches would take difficult, dangerous work to earn the coin to pay him. Some, alas, met with misfortune, and the diagrams they carried were left to rot with their earthly remains.
Got it. Find them, find the diagrams. But how can I know where to look for their remains?
As it happens, I learned my trade at Tiensail's side. So I heard the stories of the missing witches firsthand. What he told me, well, that is what discouraged me from seeking the diagrams out myself. We must strike a deal. I shall tell you all I know. In return, once you've found the diagrams, you will let me draft a copy.
Where do I look for these diagrams?
I know of 5 likely fallen witches, each from a different school of the wolf, griffin, cat, bear, and manticore. Which should I start with?
Oh, sebenarnya ada 5 sekolah gitu.
School of the Manticore. Probably know the least about it, though once, long ago, wore some armor forged there.
My master said the Manticores have their fortress in the Far East. A century past, one of their number came to him, a witcher named Merton. He made a poor impression on my master. He stank like a dwarf and still, and quarreled fiercely all the time. Tiensail slammed the door in his face and told him to return when he sobered up. He would conduct no business with a drunk. The witcher, however, failed to return. Folk say he got into a booze-fueled brawl with the ducal guard. He was arrested and sentenced. Bastoy prison, where he was held, well, it's been a ruin for years. Still, you may want to start your search there.
Tell me about my brother, the wolf.
His name was Aton.
Adon.
I remember him well. My master liked him, helped him find a safe yet well-paid contract.
Jadi ada 5 diagram gitu.
Years ago, an archaeological expedition arrived in Toussaint from Castel Gropia.
Jadi otomatis lokasinya terpencar-pencar aja.
At Termes. He warned them of the danger there and recommended they take Aton as an escort.
What kind of danger did he mean? Any idea?
Legend claims wraiths haunt the chambers beneath Termes. I cannot say if there is any truth to this, but both the scholars and the Witcher disappeared without a trace.
The Griffin. What can you tell me about him?
He came some 200 years ago, but my master
200 tahun yang lalu.
This Witcher was not stripped of emotions, you see, as his colleagues were. He had taken on a contract at Fort Usa and required better gear. He showed my master his diagrams, paid a deposit, and was never seen again. Apparently he rode off one night from the fort, never to return.
Any idea where he went?
No, it said he left in a rush. So he may have left something behind. Only ruins remain of Fort Usa, but you may wish to search them.
Let's talk about the cat.
Fort Usa.
A year ago, Bartolome Delaunay, asked me to confirm the authenticity of a Witcher diagram he had received by messenger. You see, at the time, he was working on new armor for the Ducal Guard. A Witcher from the School of the Cat offered to sell him diagrams for a full set of gear. The diagrams would have been helpful indeed.
The diagram you saw, was it really a Witcher diagram?
Beyond any doubt. It's a shame Delaunay didn't let me draft a copy. He was quite shaken up, afraid the Witcher might simply kill him and take his coin. Possibly a well-founded fear. Soon after, Delaunay disappeared without a trace. I would have searched his former home for clues, but it has fallen into disrepair, and it is simply too dangerous there.
Tell me more about the bear, can you?
He appeared shortly after Master Tiensail took me on as his apprentice. I remember the bear-head medallion that hung from his neck. I remember a towering Witcher who haggled like a fishwife.
Witchers never have too much coin.
True. This one clearly was not wealthy. But he pledged to bring us coin after he completed a contract at the Tufo vineyard, where a building had just collapsed. Time passed. The bear never showed, and my master sent me to the Tufo estate. As it turned out, the Witcher had indeed accepted a job. Yet that was all they heard of him, and that is all I know.
Okay.
Farewell.
Good luck on the path.
Cowardice! Bear has struck again. Citizens, beware of the beast. Get them
6 diagram. Disuruh nyari 6 diagram. Gaspol.
The exhibition of the Reginald Dogry monument will remain closed until further notice.
Wonder if I'll find anything Merton left behind here. Go, go.
Bastoy Prison. harus nyari. Oh, di situ ada tanda key. Oh, kaget anjing. Wah. Beruksa ya. Susah lagi orang beruksa ya. Berisik lu beruksa anjing. Ngagetin anjing. Lagi ngisep orang deh. Close the eye. Oke. Thousand Prison Experiment. Ah, quest baru lagi itu. Not dead row. Convict. Oh ini. Blunt X. Amber Formula Black Armor. Oke. Walk harder. Memory. Kayaknya diagramnya udah dapat belum sih? Ke atas itu gimana sih? Nice. Ah, ini sih.
Notes in the journal suggest that straight out of prison, Merton went to the legendary cave. Lebiota was supposed to have hunkered down there once. That's my next destination. The cave Merton mentioned.
Iya, disambut sama penter. Oh. Musuh di sini kayaknya level tinggi semua lagi.
Slips of paper all over. Prayer on each one. Maybe Merton left one too.
Lebiota bless the name. Pascal. Bastin. Quentin. Merton. Bless me with the strength. Bless me with the grace. Bless me with fortune. Oh, ini semacam kertas doa gitu.
Seems he left the prison, came here, then went on to the temple.
Wah, apa nih? Go to Lebio the Temple. Iya lo udah jalan sejauh ini suruh kesana lagi.
Master, help! Monsters there!
Aduh.
Show me what you got. Arca spores will sprout again. Should destroy the area if I want to get rid of them for good.
Udah Pak.
Thank you for the rescue. You're one fine fellow, Witcher.
Just wonderful.
Gila segala level 40 cuk. Tapi itu ada apa gitu gua nggak ngerti gua.
Come on.
Ada orang ngejaga apa coba?
Gotta look around. Damn, ripped to shreds. Smashed bones. Damn, it was strong. Deep prints, blood, just trying to get away.
Ini nih apa sih? Duh, apa ini? Tanda-tanda patung nih, kok nggak bisa di ini nih? Entahlah. Dia lagi. Untung dia nggak manggil kawan. Oh ini.
Come out. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Thank you, Sir Witcher. Let Biota keep you in his care.
Tiba-tiba one day later anjing. Mental kemana lagi gue nih? Oh ini Lebio the Temple.
Burton wrote about seems like. Should look around. Might find something interesting.
Lebio the Temple.
specter in a place like this? Behind a wall? Someone must have blown him up. Spirit can't rest in peace.
Great Beggar. Pengemis hebat anjing. Kemana ada King Beggar, sekarang ada Great Beggar. Legendanya. Great Beggar Bone. Door of Prophet.
One of them could work.
Ngasih quest lo deh. Great Beggar Journal. Oh, yang dari Manticore nih sebenarnya. Oh. Apa namanya? Identitas lainnya ini. Identitas lainnya Witcher itu.
Ready. Soul should rest in peace now.
Udah ya, Pak. Udah. Itu Witcher Manticore ya.
Just like the great beggar described it, Chapel Merton visited must be in a cave.
Oh my god, racun ya.
Damn it. What's going on here?
Holy shit.
Women in a cave. Something's not right.
Shit, nggak kelihatan tuh. Oh, kena combo kayak gitu sakit banget.
Might have been hallucinations. Sure as hell fought as if they were real.
Jadi sebenarnya ini bukan Bruxa, tapi kena halusinasi kita. Shit, tempat macam apa ini? Beggar.
Beggars here. Must be a test.
Kok banyak pengemis yuk? Kasih duit aja semuanya. Salah pencet lagi.
Arms for the poor, sir.
Last one. Wonder what'll happen now.
Shit.
Not bad.
Mana? halusinasi lagi kah? Kiki Mall Walker.
By kicking Moors.
Loh. Townsman. Mana tadi? Kayaknya ada pasir merah-merah dah. Bukan. Loh. Oh ini. Kira ini masih lama ya.
Impossible. Not seeing visions anymore.
Merton note.
Merton went to the lakeside to seek final atonement.
Cleanse. Dia ini jago ini ya, ahli aroma gini. Cleanse.
Stick that necklace in your bloomers. Did you think I wouldn't see?
Gentlemen, we
can't spoil you this
seems to me we must circle him! Circle him!
Ada bandit tuh.
Why men throw their lives away attacking an armed witcher, I'll never know. Something wrong with my face? Lake Merton wrote about. Gotta be. Nice place. Pretty as hell.
Sana kah? Situ ada ini. Ya udah banyak banget ini. Oke. Master. Take the diagram to La Fargue so you can become a grandmaster. Ada werewolf-nya.
Prepare to witness wonders at the annual chivalric tourney. Surfing as patron this year.
La Fargue.
Greetings. I hope your search goes well.
Managed to find something already.
Wonderful. I shall draft a copy. This is good. This at last will earn me the title of Grandmaster. I thank you, Witcher.
Loh dia.
This elven master, how'd he end up taking a human for an apprentice?
My father forged armor. As a youngster, I helped him, then began forging my own pieces. Master Tiensail saw my work and offered to take me on as his apprentice. Only now, years on, do I realize the honor that was. Alas, my master perished in a massacre later, slain by racists. Though he taught me everything he knew, I did not manage to complete the guild's requirements for Grand Master while he lived. I know I have no equal in the trade. Yet, until I complete Witcher armor of Grandmaster quality, I shall never be certain I've become my teacher's equal.
Oke.
Farewell.
Good luck on the path.
So, jadi ini tampilan armor barunya ya, Manticore gitu. Dan ini armor khusus Witcher. Manticore armor namanya. Dan gue cuman baru bisa beli baju sama ininya dong, baju pedang silver sama gauntletnya, karena ini mahal banget. Oke, kita next quest saja. Biar sekalian nyari-nyari duit kan. Tuh.
Come on.
Leathery sock. Banyak harta di sini. Jadi kita cari-cari lagi. Apaan nih? Search of ruin. Kok scavenger hunt-nya ini nge-up? Nanti dulu ya. Ternyata banyak misi treasure-nya. Menarik sih.
Inscriptions in elder speech. Salvation lies not Professor's journals long gone in our hearts. Guess somebody else found out about it too. Should look around, see if I can find something else.
Ini misi yang sebelumnya, quest yang sebelumnya dikirimin surat sama anak kecil. Total itu suratnya Yennefer.
Footprints.
Jadi kita suruh nyelidikin laboratorium profesor apa gitu.
Damn it, trail breaks off. Wonder if the grave robber learned more than I did.
Grave robber. Ada perampokan makam kayaknya.
Professor certainly can't do much to help me with my search. Won't learn anything else here. Map Yen sent me will have to do. Also, Epitaph mentioned both Ellerin and Dolnevde, Valley of the Nine. Site marked on the map's all wet now. Sans Retour flows through there. Must be where the Valley of the Nine once lay. Need to explore the location.
Banyak monster lagi daerah sini. Itu juga ada, oh itu beruang. Ada goa di dalam sini. Jadi suruh nyari di sebelah sini dulu. Gue males sama dronernya. Banyak peti harta karun, Bung. Droner punya di atas gua kan, kampret lah. Mau naik dulu nih. Aduh. Gak usah gitu droner, saya mau naik. Habis nanti napas saya. Ada di bawah situ. Portal kah?
Grave robber must have found something in Moreau's tomb to activate the entry portal. Wonder what surprises this place has in store. Implanted spikes. Sick sense of humor someone's got.
Wow banget sih. Duh, kok nggak bisa lari gua. The fuck, kaget gua. Nggak lumayan juga lagi lootingannya. Ada monster nest. Oh my god. Aku saya tertarik untuk jatuh. Mandul meter ya X doang. Oh ini kan.
Blood soaked. Grave robber was wounded while attempting the climb. Needed to bandage up. Managed to avoid the panthers at least.
Ini gelap cuma ada jalan. Ini jalan yang sebelumnya ya. Aku niat explore cuma nanti dulu ya. Profesor Moreau Diary. Kayaknya kaya nih.
Didn't I just do this?
Ya ketahuan, Pak. Kok ya nggak ada jalan. Harusnya bisa kebuka itu.
Course. Locked. Notes I found mention 4 protruding stones. Gotta press them somehow. Crossbow maybe? Could try to hit them.
Crossbow. Masa crossbow ke sini sih? Nggak mungkin ya. Ada yang ini nih. Ah. Ternyata ada banyak ya. Kalau gue jatuh ke sono gimana? Jadi memang harus jatuh ke sana dulu deh. Oh enggak deh. 2. Ada harusnya di sini nggak sih? Enggak. Oh itu. Dua, 3. Belum 3 bos. Di mana lagi ya? Oh ini nggak sih?
Did it.
Oh shit. Jangan bilang.
Interesting as places go. Seems someone put a lot of thought into its design. Should look around. Impressive. It's just decoration.
Aduh.
Intruder! You are not welcome here.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yakin nih nggak ada yang hidup lagi. Kurang 1 ya. Oke nggak ada. Oh, nggak ada ininya. Di ini nggak sih? Oh ini. Gargoyle Paw.
Great.
Ada 2.
This just keeps getting better.
Oh shit, oh 3 dong. Kaget gua. Oh ini di atas ya. Yuk kita ke kiri, tapi kiri lagi. Biar nggak pusing kalau gua. Oke, kita mental lagi. Dari sini ke kanan dan oh nggak bisa ya, harusnya ada ini gak sih di kiri kan yang ditengok ya.
Right, now to find the next portal.
Yang ditengok.
Alright, now to find the next portal.
Tengok tuh cuma di sebelah sana doang. Jangan-jangan ini lagi. Tapi enggak kayaknya. Oh iya.
Must be where Moreau had his lab.
Looting dulu ya kan. Gue lagi miskin. Saya nggak looting. Itu ada
crystals. Should mount them in the megascope. Missing 2 crystals. Just need to pick an entry.
First entry, no crystal.
The 18th of Yule, year 1102. Today I begin my great life's endeavor, one greater and more significant than any I have thus far undertaken, for it relates to me personally, to myself and my son. When 15 years passed, a beast of the forest assaulted me. A witcher came to my aid, saved my life. I could not know that for said salvation, I would in the end pay by relinquishing any say as to my own son's fate. Had I the skill to turn back time, I would have done so, and perished rather than surrender to the Witchers my only son. But as it was, on the day when Jerome was taken, I swore an oath on my honor that I would recover my son. Today, following years of research and preparation, I have at last devised a device that allows me to study mutations. If the gods in their goodness grant me but a bit of favor, I shall find a way to reverse said mutations and restore Jerome to a normal life.
So, Professor wasn't out to enhance Witcher mutations, wanted to reverse them. Wonder if he managed, and if there's anything in it for me.
Third entry from end.
Observation number 30. The mutations do not set in at once. Curiously, they do not develop over a span of time. Rather, for a mutation to progress towards completion, the appropriate mutagen must be applied continuously.
Intinya dia ini
does not bear this well, but I found a way to make the mutations less
eksperimen tentang mutation ya, mutasi.
I add the albumin of a mutated giant centipede egg. Stored in a glass terrarium, the eggs do not develop, remain small. The eggs themselves are a sight to behold. Mutated, they are luminescent, emitting a wondrous glow. I can only hope my addition of the albumin will produce no significant side effects. Time will tell.
Ada
years of experiments, research, sacrifice, all for naught. I have failed to achieve my defined objective. Each mutation I applied to my subjects proved ineffective when applied to Jerome. What I meant to cure him of his witcherism, that which I meant to restore to him a normal life, only deepened his mutations, further augmented his speed and strength, rendered him yet more inhuman. It seems my son must remain a witcher forever. I have failed. The time has come to abandon this place. Return home to Lydia. She may yet deign to take me back. The contraption and mutagens I leave here, let them wither and crumble, as did my dreams of regaining my son.
Regaining my son?
So the professor wanted to reverse the mutation's effects.
Membalikkan efek mutasi.
Could profit from his
Stroke
failure.
of luck for me.
So, Professor tried to neutralize the effects of Witcher mutations. Only managed to enhance them, though.
Nah, dia pengen ngenetralin
of giant centipede eggs as his mutagen base.
mutasi efek.
Need to go on an egg hunt.
Find the missing megascope. Oh my god, fandom is megascope. Kalau sih berarti belum bisa ke sini dulu nih kun. Oh ini ada jalan. Oh ini pakai ini. Ntar dulu Pak ya. Saya nyawa ke ini dulu nih.
Quite the library. Mostly tomes on mutations and genetics.
Oh ini nih. Duh. Tapi tanda X sana megaskopnya. Oh, nyoba opsional dulu. Mana? Duh. Biji nangka. Jangan disuruh ke ini dulu nih.
Guessing this man didn't come here willingly.
Ada orang ada. Megascope crystal.
Intriguing as machinery goes, but how do I start it up?
Oh, megascope crystal yang disuruh cari. Dari sini berarti. Oh, ini dia.
Preserved organs. Hope their donors weren't forced to give them up. Just need to pick an entry.
Second entry.
Observation 22. Despite applying a surfeit of toxic substances, significantly more than usual, the subject displayed no symptoms of overdosing. I believe this to be an effect of the mutations. Thus, a minor success. This mutation should allow Jerome better to tolerate toxicity.
Oh, ada beberapa hal yang sukses dilakuin ya.
Observation 58. Sometimes failure is the catalyst for success. I've discovered a method by which one type of mutagen may be transmuted into another through the addition of certain ingredients. This is a great day for science. In addition, I observed that today's dose of mutagens brought the subject to the brink of death. He then suddenly awoke, revived, his strength renewed. Not wholly, of course, but he did in a sense come back from the edge of death. Whether this is attributable to his mutations or to pure coincidence cannot be ascertained. I must conduct further experiments.
Oke, udah 5 ke ini.
Seen enough.
Tapi pada akhirnya gagal.
Mom's awake and she's not in a good mood.
Babunya.
Another one. How many are you in there?
Ada banyak kan? Wah. Aduh. Kampret. Pas gua ngedeket dia langsung hilang ya. Go. Satu lagi.
Sorry, need your legs.
Red mutagen. Ini sial, ketemu dia lagi. Go.
What now, you piece of filth?
Oh, ini dia. Mutasi Giant Centipede.
No point going in wearing full gear. Gotta drop my armor, leave my weapons.
Oh, disuruh bugil dulu. Alright.
Professor's mutagens might work on me as they did on his son. Well, time to find out.
Anjir, terlalu penasaran, Pak. Soalnya kan pakai racun ya. What the fuck? Mutation. Kamu berhasil membuka mutation system. Karakter panel. Anjir. Gua ngapain nih? Lesson ability here. Wow. Jadi ternyata dia kayak gini ya. Duh, kok tiba-tiba kesana semua? Ini apa lagi? Deadly Counter, Toxic Blood. Oh, mutagennya bisa ke sini, dipakai ke sini. Oke, jadi begitu ya. Oh, kok ini gua kosong. Jadi gitu bro.
A power cell for portals. Feels dead. Maybe a sign will revive it.
Oh ini nih, gebuk yang ini. Terima kasih untuk Pak Profesor. Saya menjadi manusia termutasi double gitu.
Regis. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet.
Kita janjian sama Regis di ini, makam di TPU.
Regis! Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be another way in around here.
Lihat gua sini gak sih? Tapi di sini ada gua juga. Oh, nggak ada yang mau pintu masuk sini. Shit. Duh, nggak bisa loncat kalau ada orang. Ada ya tempat ketemuannya nih.
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Detlef wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out. Abruxa had taken an interest in it.
Kayak girang gitu deh.
It's Detlef's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
Can't you just summon Detlef? You're both hired vampires. There's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it.
Oh,
It is a last resort.
dia sama Detlef nih high gear
Resort?
Empire.
Why?
There is a being who can summon
Vampir kelas
possesses
atas.
the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
Okay.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Detlef. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Detlef was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Detlef's hideout.
Kovinaris spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Detlef's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were cold to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
Gerak dia.
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned. Him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time, nonetheless, so perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Oke, minum dulu.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
Everyone's got some secret.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe it wise at times to share one's secrets, unburden oneself to those one can trust.
This your sophisticated way of asking me if I trust you?
I prefer almost always to ask indirectly. It seems a test of intelligence, one you just passed.
Maybe you should go first. Reveal one of your secrets. After all, you vampires lead very interesting lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
All right, give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a witcher?
Kalau lu mati terus lahir kembali, mau jadi witcher apa enggak? Kemarin tuh pas ngobrol sama Ciri, dia ada kepengenan untuk jadi orang lain juga ya.
That's what interests you most? Whether I'd like to be a witcher again?
Many things interest me, but we've not much time left. Please answer.
Never chose to be a witcher. Fate chose for me. Had it been my choice, I'd have picked a different profession. A profession where I wouldn't have to risk my life every minute of every day. Maybe even one that'd earn me some respect.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment.
Lukanya kelihatan banget nih.
Ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible.
Caraberta
My brethren
woods.
hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the white survived, entirely unmolested.
A curse.
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or, perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something...
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt, I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse in one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the white's saliva. Nothing beyond that.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate. It's covered in spoons.
Spoons?
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder. Or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
Yes, till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
Read the bestiary to learn more about Spotwike. Kita disuruh ke layarnya ya, ke markasnya gitu lah. Tapi sebelum itu kita tutup dulu episode kali ini. Thanks for watching, see you and goodbye.